I uninvited my grandparents for my graduation after they said I wasn't their real grandson. Last November, I was hanging out in the living room with my little brother when my dad's parents came over for dinner. We were all just talking about random stuff when they suddenly brought up how they'd started a college fund for my brother Dylan. Nobody even asked about it. They just randomly announced it like it was this big generous thing they were doing. My mom thanked them but seemed confused about why they were mentioning it out of nowhere. She asked them why they decided to start one now. My grandma said something about wanting to make sure their grandson was set for the future and wouldn't have to worry about student loans. That's when my mom asked if they had one for me too. The room got really quiet. My grandpa looked at my grandma, then back at my mom, and said I wasn't their real grandson, so no, they didn't have one for me. My grandma added that I'd get something else eventually and accused my mom of expecting too much from them. I just sat there frozen. My little brother looked confused. My mom's face went red and she started arguing with them. Here's the thing. My dad adopted me when I was 5. He started dating my mom when I was 2, and my biological father died when I was 3. I don't remember him at all. The only dad I've ever known is my dad. I always called his parents grandma and grandpa. I spent every Christmas and Thanksgiving with them. I thought they loved me. But sitting there listening to them say I wasn't their real grandson felt like getting punched in the stomach. It wasn't even about the money. It was realizing that my whole life they'd been pretending to care about me when really they saw me as different from Dylan. The argument happened right there in front of us just a few days before Thanksgiving. After that, I couldn't look at them the same way. I tried to avoid them at family dinners. I'd eat fast and go to my room. A few weeks later, my dad made them apologize. They came over and said sorry for calling me not their real grandson, but you could tell my dad had forced them to do it. They didn't mean it. My grandma kept saying they loved me and didn't mean to hurt my feelings, but she couldn't even look me in the eye. I realized right then that I'd spent my whole life loving them way more than they loved me. Fast forward to Christmas. My parents started talking about my senior pictures and graduation coming up. My grandparents got all excited talking about how they couldn't wait to see me graduate and how proud they were. I just stared at them. These same people who told me a month ago that I wasn't their real grandson were now acting like excited grandparents. It felt so fake. I looked right at them and said, "You're not coming to my graduation. I don't want you there." The whole room went silent. My dad looked shocked. My grandparents asked why, like they seriously didn't understand. I told them I remembered them saying I wasn't their real grandson, so it didn't make sense for them to come to my graduation when they had no actual connection to me. My grandma started tearing up. My grandpa got defensive. They said I should just move on since they already apologized and didn't mean any harm. I told them the only reason they apologized was because my dad forced them to. After that, it got super awkward. They left early, and I haven't seen them since. Now my dad keeps telling me they're hurt and that I should apologize. He wants me to tell them I didn't mean it and that I want them at graduation, but I meant every word. I told him I don't want them there because they don't see me as their grandson anyway. He says I'm putting him in a hard position between his parents and his son. But honestly, it's embarrassing that I spent 18 years thinking these people were my grandparents only to find out they never really saw me as family.